Hey, BIM1 students, this is Mr. Colbert. We're going to be working through lesson 510 in Microsoft Word. I'm going to go to the desktop. I don't have a desktop icon for Word, so what I'm going to do is come down here to the search box, type in Word, and open it from there. We're going to be creating a blank document, so we'll click there. And we're going to be using the default font and size for our version of Word, which is Calibri 11 point. We're going to change the line spacing so that it's single spacing with no additional spacing before or after the paragraphs. The easiest way to do that is to go to the home ribbon, the styles group, and click on the no spacing style. So that's that. And I also like to work with the paragraph signs turned on so we can see exactly where our paragraphs are, because so many of the settings are stored in that little invisible paragraph sign. We're going to save this document. I'm working on a laptop, so I'm going to use the documents folder. If you're using a flash drive, you'll need to navigate to that, or if you are on a network like a school lab, you would need to navigate to your area on the network. So the file name that they want us to use is CELEBS. Okay, on the first line, you'll type your name and hit enter. And we're going to type celebrities and their pets and hit enter twice. Okay, so the main thing that we're going to be doing in this exercise is working with tables. So this is a really useful tool. I use it all the time. I use it in Word when I'm using Word. I use it in Google Docs. And if you can do it in one or either of those, you can do it in the other with just a little bit of effort. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a table with 3 columns and 21 rows. So I'm going to go to Insert, the Insert ribbon. There's a table group. I'm going to come down here. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. You can draw across and down like so. That will, I believe, allow us to get to a 3x8 table, but we need a lot more rows than that. So I'm going to come down to the Insert Table command. The number of columns is 3, and the number of rows will be 21. Okay. So this will give us a 3x21 table, 3 columns, 21 rows, and then you see each cell in this table has this little thing. It kind of looks like a bug to me, and that's called the end of cell marker. If we go to home and turn off the paragraph signs, those will disappear as well. So that's just a non-printing character which marks the end of a cell. So I'm going to turn those back on so that we can see. And we are going to make the following formatting changes to this table. So the first thing they want us to do is they want us to change this border from the default border to a 1.5 point border. So we're going to select the entire table, and you do that by selecting this little guy right here. It's going to be just above the top left corner of the table, and that will select every single cell in that table. We're going to go to the Table Tools menu. So let's see, let's look at the Design ribbon under Table Tools. We'll come across to the Borders group, and we'll change that border to 1.5, and we will select all borders. And you can see that the border becomes quite a bit heavier. It actually is about 3 times as thick as the default. We are going to center, align, bold, and italicize the column titles. So the column titles are going to be in this row right here. So that's going to be the name of the celebrity, type of pet, and the name of the pet. So that's that. And I actually forgot one really important command, and they asked me to do the typing. So we're going to go ahead and type the items into this. There are a couple of different ways to do this. Some people like to type down the columns, and that's what I tend to like to do. Some people like to type across rows. I can do both. You just have to figure out which one is most comfortable for you. So, Kylie Jenner, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, Kendall Jenner, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, Zayn Malik, Lee Michelle, Shay Mitchell, Hilary Duff, Ian Somerhalder, Maya Rivera, Julianne Hough, Mel Parrish, Taylor Swift, Rita Ora, Bella Thorne, Lauren Conrad, Nick Jonas, Nikki Azalea. And if you're watching, you can always skip ahead in the video to you don't have to watch me type this in real time. Honey, cat, dog. One thing that you might need to know is that the way I'm navigating is tab will push me one cell to the right, and then the arrow key will push me one cell down. If you hit enter, it will actually put a space inside the cell, which is different. Maybe if you're used to working in Excel, that's going to feel a little bit different to you. So you have to use either your up and down arrows or your mouse, of course, to navigate up and down. And then you can use tab and shift tab to navigate side to side. So Bruce, Chevy, Home, I don't know what the heck that is. Esther, Blue, Sirius, Black, Buddy, Teddy, Pearl, Foxy, Dubois, G, Kenny, Harley, Princess, Oreo, Matthew Benson, Reno, Houston, Fritz, Elvis. So we've got all the information typed in, and then we can go back in and start doing the formatting commands that are listed in instruction 8. So we're going to center align, bold, and italicize the titles. That's going to be this top row. So we highlight the top row, go to home and center, bold, and italicize. We're going to shade the rows that have cats. So that's going to be Miley Cyrus. And watch the way that I'm doing this. I'm going to highlight that row, and then I'm going to hit Control, and then highlight these additional rows. This is called a non-adjacent selection, and it means that you're selecting stuff that isn't all just one block together. So instead of having to highlight and do the command, highlight and do the command, highlight and do the command, you can just highlight one time and issue the command one time. So they want us to shade the rows of the celebrities that have cats using the color of your choice, so you can do whatever color you like. So we're going to go back to Table Tools and Design, and under Shading, I'm going to select this kind of bluish color, blue accent one, lighter 40%. And again, that's your choice. So you just do whichever one you like. We're going to insert a row above row 1. So we'll place our cursor in row 1, go to Table Tools and Layout, and do Insert Above. You can see that there is a row right there. We are going to merge that row so that it is one cell, and that we are going, it's going to be centered. And then we're going to have the text celebrities and their pets, bold and italicized. And it picked up that formatting from the row that we created it from. They want a blank row between 1 and 2, and there's 2 ways that you can do that. You can go to row 1 and insert below, or you can go to row 2 and insert above. So I'm going to go to row 1 and insert below, and they want that to be merged, and it picked up that command from the cell that I was in, so we don't have to issue a separate command. That they also want us to insert a row after the last row. So we're going to come down here, and there are a couple of ways to do it. We can do it just like we did up above by placing our cursor in the last row and then inserting below. The second way is to go to the last cell and hit Tab, and it will just give us another line. Okay, they want these cells merged like so, and they want to say my favorite dog name on this list is, and I'm going to say Sirius Black, because Sirius is actually the dog star. The star Sirius is the dog star. You will need to proofread your work to make sure that you've been accurate. You'll hit Save, and you'll close this before you submit it in Google Classroom. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.